Hi everyone, Anna Brandt, and this presentation is about my newborn lighting. Now, when I was thinking about how I was going to teach this, I was thinking, gosh, I already have courses in Belly Baby School on my lighting, and obviously I do in-person workshops. And for the summit, I wanted to see if I could just do snippets and pullbacks, as well as show you a video that I had already done discussing my lighting. Please post any questions that you have, and I'm happy to help you. Please also understand that I remember the angst of newborn lighting. When I started, I was natural light. And not that natural light's easy. It's definitely not easy. And you've got to work with moving light, right? Because natural light is constantly moving. And I was so intimidated by studio lighting. And I took lighting intensives. That confused me even more. I had books. I took classes on lighting that had nothing to do with newborns. So it just showed me what the different styles of lighting was. And it took me a really long time to kind of develop my style of lighting. Developing your style of lighting is like, brushing your hair. It's who you are. It's your brand. It's your identity. It's when someone sees your image, they say, oh, that's Anna's image. And it's very distinct. And even if we all use the same lighting, it's going to look a little bit different. And so I encourage you to not stress out so much about studio lighting. Studio lighting is amazing because you can have complete control. You cannot have complete control with natural light. It is continually moving. Your studio light doesn't need to go anywhere. It's there. Now, I use strobes and I use ProPhoto. I have a 65-inch PLM. And I use the ProPhoto B10, which I like because it's cordless. I use the Polo Michelle beanbag. I have a yoga ball. I have two cameras, the Canon 5D Mark IV and the 1D Mark II. The 24-70 USM2 lens is the lens that I usually use. It's the lens that I used for this picture on the cover. The 1D Mark II and the Sigma 35, I don't usually use that much for in-studio newborn. I usually use the 1D Mark II for family. It's my favorite camera for families and location. However, when I was recording this class, my Canon 5D Mark IV took a dip in the ocean and is currently in quarantine being repaired. So I've had to use the 1D Mark II all week, and I wanted to create some fresh content for this summit. So the images that you're going to see inside are using the 1D Mark II. I don't love using the Sigma 35 for families because I've got to pull back. I don't love it using for when I need to lean over the beanbag because then I have to step on a ladder. I like the 24-70 because I like the range. That is my preferred lens. Of course, the Sigma 35 is great for sharpness, but I still prefer the 24-70. This image was also taken with the 24-70. My general lighting style is just a single light and soft shadows. Whether I'm doing high key or low key, my shadows are not going to be very dramatic. You're not going to see split lighting, and you're not going to see very dark, deep shadows. And so I want there to be evidence of light, meaning I don't want flat lighting. And flat lighting is not necessarily bad. Sometimes you need flat lighting, especially if you're doing flat lays or things like that. But I want a little bit of shadow because I want the viewer to see the direction of the light because I feel like it's more appealing. Lighting is very much a personal preference. Of course, there's rules on lighting. But then, of course, people will say, well, once you learn the rules, you can break them. So, there are rules on lighting. But at the end of the day, you're a photographer, you're creative. You can really do whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to stay quiet for a minute and have you see a video of my lighting. And I had to I wrote this presentation in a keynote. But in order to make this all work and packaged and uploaded for you, I had to embed my video in the keynote. But if I just uploaded my keynote as a PDF, the videos may not play. So I had to record and play my own keynote. So here we go. Hi everyone, Anna Brandt here. Today we're going to talk about my lighting, specifically my umbrella. The question that I get almost every single day is, why does my umbrella face this way to the newborns when many newborn photographers, their umbrella faces the other way? So I'm going to answer the question. The question, first of all, is I use a shoot-through umbrella from ProPhoto. For shoot-through umbrellas, you shoot through the umbrella. That is the way that these lights are intended to be used. I love shooting through because to me it mimics window light. When I'm using window light, I always use a diffuser in front of the window. This is very much like a diffuser. It's just a much bigger one, and instead of a window, it's a light. So I like to have my work look the same whether I'm doing natural light or studio light. I don't want it to look too different. If you look at my Instagram or my website, you'll see that a lot of my images have a similar look and feel. Yet these images have been photographed all over the world. They've been inside and outside in my studio, as well as I've shot in over 30 countries. Yet I try to make sure that my work still looks very similar. And I believe that consistency is definitely the key to success. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the other side because it is white umbrella. This is a 64-inch umbrella from ProPhoto. My lights are on a tracking system. And so what's great about that is I can move the lights up or down. So it can go up, or I can bring them all the way down, which is especially great when I have a baby on the floor. Now, I have a diffuser cover. Also another question, why do I have a diffuser cover? Does it really do anything? I don't really know if it does anything, but for me, it makes me feel better because I put it on and just the light is just trapped in there and then it just shoots through. So for me, I like it. I like the security of having the cover. I feel like the light is just trapped in there and it comes out nice and soft. So the back, I would never shoot this way because the light is pointing the other way. However, other photographers shoot this way with this facing the baby. But they're using a different umbrella. They're using black with silver on the inside. And so what happens is, and then they have a white diffuser cover. What happens is the light is aiming towards the silver inside and bouncing back to the subject. So if you have an umbrella with black with silver on the inside and a white diffuser cover, you would have it this way and the light would bounce back to me. The other reason I'm not a fan of that is this. This drives me absolutely crazy. I always worry about the safety of this. Now, I've used black with silver, and the only reason I'm not a big fan of it is for my work personally, I feel like the shadows are a bit stronger. Now, I've used black with silver umbrellas all over the world. Sometimes I'm being asked to train somewhere and I can't bring my umbrella and I have to use whatever they give me. I do believe as a photographer, you should be able to shoot anywhere with any tools. Many times I've shot with someone else's camera, someone else's light, in someone else's studio, and I feel that I can still be successful. I say all the time that it is the subject behind the tools, not necessarily the tools itself. Do not worry too much about if you have a black with silver umbrella. Don't feel like you need to throw it away and get a white umbrella. If it's working for you and you love it and you love the look it gives you and the shadows, then keep it. Light is light. You really just need to learn how to use it for your advantage. For me personally, I have soft boxes. I do own several black with silver insides. Right now, at this phase in my life, this is the light ProPhoto that I'm using, and this is the umbrella that I'm using, and I'm pretty satisfied with the results. Again, it is a shoot-through 64-inch umbrella from ProPhoto, along with a ProPhoto light, and the light is a B1. What I love about the B1 is there's no cords, so I don't have to worry about me tripping over cords or children tripping over cords. At the end of the day, I'm a big believer in making sure that you know how to use your equipment, know how to use your camera, learn how to use lighting, and learn how to manipulate it in the best way that you can for your subject. Thank you for watching. My name is Anna Brandt, and please subscribe to our channel as we have a lot more videos coming your way.
Okay, so one of the things that I was going to address in this is a lot of people say that they want to know if flash is harmful to the baby.
I'm going to be showing you some image pullbacks here and some lighting video snippets. But I want to say that when someone asks me that, I always say, yes, I actually do believe that direct flash in a baby's eyes would be harmful to the baby. I do not use direct flash in a baby's eyes. What I'm using is strobes, and I'm using diffused lighting. So I think that's important to say that there is no direct lighting going to the baby's eyes, and that is at least 4 to 6 feet difference between the bulb and baby's eyes. Okay, so let's go into this. Now, this image, the lighting is lifted above, angling down. My ProPhoto power is 4.0, and every light is very different. ProPhoto starts, I believe, 2 to 10. I'll write the range in here, but if I'm in Einstein or LENB, the light is almost all the way down. Usually I'm at 200, 2.8. And it's really funny because ProPhoto allows me to increase the power of the light using my transmitter on my camera. And I still like to go behind the camera and look at the light and turn the knob. I drive Alex absolutely crazy because he's like, Anna, just push the little transmitter. One day I will. But many times when I'm shooting, if I need more light, I'll open up. So I'll go to 2.8 or whatever, but I will, this should say 200, 250/3.5, but that's okay. If I am at 3.5 and I say, oh, I want more light, but I don't want to go to 2.8, then I'll just increase the ISO. I usually try not to go less than 200 in studio because I like nice sharp images and I don't want to compromise on my shutter. I am standing on a little apple box. Baby is on the pull-up shell and I'm leaning over, and you're going to see the video pull back. So the light is above, angling down. Now my assistant will press down on the blanket so that I can get the moon shape. So she presses down and I can shoot down. Okay, so here's that same lighting. Baby's on the back, so there's no moon underneath. There's obviously a bean under her. I'm standing on an apple box shooting down, and I'm angling down in the shadow. So whenever I do the angle shots, I'm turning my camera down to the left so the baby's head is up. So my camera goes down, baby's head is up. I'm shooting in the shadow, and the light is coming down the baby's face. I like the light coming down the baby's face. So you see that? I'll show you again. Same position as it was in the moon. Now for this, the light is going to be feathered in front. So whenever the baby is chin on hands, you can see that the light, so my yoga ball is pressed against the beanbag, you can see that the edge of the light matches the front of the beanbag. The light is going straight across. This is my average setting, 200, 2.8. Keep in mind that you can adjust your light based upon what camera settings you want. So if you say, I want shallow depth of field, set your camera the way you want it, 200, 2.8. Now, if the light is too dark, you just increase the power of the light. If the light is too bright, you decrease the power of the light. And you may say, Anna, what if my light is all the way down and it's still too bright? Because I know in a lot of European countries, the light's really strong. Then you can pull the light farther away from the subject, or you can add a second diffuser. When I was in Brazil, we added 2 diffusers in front of the light because it was so strong. And I wanted that closeness and softness of the light. These images are obviously straight out of camera, so you can see, all of the detail. I'm on the yoga ball, and the light is going in front of the subject. Now this is raw footage. Alex shoots at a different temperature than I do, and when we merge the video with the photos, he color corrects his, I color correct mine, and if you've seen my videos on my YouTube channel, it looks better. So you're looking at raw footage, raw images. So if the color's off, that's why. Now, so this is the same lighting. You can see the straight out of camera. They're both straight out of camera images, but the one is just pull back and one is closer up. This is just straight out of the camera. 200, 200, 2.8. You can see that light is feathering across and it's nice and soft. If you get too much shadow on that cheek or you get split lighting, that means the light is too far back behind the subject and you need to move that light in front of the subject. Same thing, I did a pullback. So you can see Alex doing video and you can see that light going in front of the subject. Now you're going to see the video. Sorry. I was just trying to step away so Alex could get the footage. So that light is not behind the beanbag, it's in front. See that? Okay, so same thing. This is the froggy pose. The light is in front of the subject. And this is an unedited image, except that I took the hand out. So you can see a little bit of shadow on the left. But I didn't edit the skin because I just wanted to show you a clean image without the hand. We usually, when I'm doing the froggy, I hold the wrists in front and then we hold in the back, depending upon the size of the baby. This particular one, on this shot, Alex is actually holding the back of the head. And you can see me holding the front. Hand, and then you hold the top. Again, light is going right in front. I'll get the first shot. I'll usually hold with my left hand, shoot with my right. Then Alex will go behind the beanbag and come and hold the head, and we'll do a composite. Sometimes with a bigger baby, we can just have to do one image, and Alex holds the head and I remove his hands. Now, for the over shots, she's laying on the floor. She's almost 4 years of age. These are, again, unedited. She's laying on the floor, and you're going to see where the light is. I'm at 203.24.0 because I was in such a hurry. We had no time. You can see baby's hands are squishing. I took a million of these shots, so I definitely have a pretty good image. But I just grabbed one for an example, and I just raised the ISO because I was in a big fat hurry. Peekaboo! 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 Hi, Kylie. Can you lean into your sister's head? Yes. Now look up. Where's Kylie? Achoo! Peekaboo! Yay! You did it.
Okay, you gotta for that.
So see how that light is raised above, angling down. It's really the same as the beanbag. The light is above the subject, angling down. Now, lastly, looking at the family, we're going back to feathered light. I'm at 200, 254.0. Usually for family, I'm at 3.5 or 4.0. And I'm pulling back, again, as everything is unedited, and the light is going in front of the subject. You'll see it. I do this for family, mom and baby, just like the beanbag. They're standing up. The light is going to be in front of them, so I have a little bit of shadow. There's the family shot. I'm on a ladder because I'm shorter. So with family, I don't want to be shooting up their nose. So I'm usually on a ladder shooting down into their face. So it looks like I'm looking in their face. But if I was standing on the floor, I'd be looking up their nose. Yeah, I can be in it in this one now. Then you can see
you're too far back. I mean, there's not much.
So I'm back there on a ladder. See how far away that light is? And it's so soft.
Sorry, Alex. Gotta keep up, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna give you.
Riley, come this way, come this way.
Come by me. You're gonna go in real quick. All right, now look right at me. Look at her. Yes. Sorry for the blurry. He's trying to work around me. Okay. So back to the floor, 200, 200, 2.8. Where is the light?
You could see where the light is. It's above, angling down. She's on an intuition background in a hard bowl. There's one bean under her head, and she's on the floor. And there we go. I will tell you lastly, light is light. Learn how to use it and learn to love it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you're enjoying the summit.